Okay, first graders, we are starting chapter 7. And for today's lesson, we are going to be looking for the number which is greater. Okay, now if a number is greater, it is going to be the bigger number. Now, there are different ways to know, and we're going to learn the best way to figure out which number is greater. Okay, in fact, I have a little song that we're going to do with it. So I want you to get your hands ready. We're going to be a little like that with our hands because we're going to be a little crocodile. Okay, so here's how the song goes. I am a little crocodile. I really like to eat. The greatest number that I see is my favorite treat. I start comparing both the tens, and if they are the same, I turn my focus to the ones, comparing once again. If I then discover that both digits are alike, I shut my mouth, I can't decide, and become an equal sign. Okay, so that's my little song that helps us know how to find the greater number. If you were listening, you heard that I said we start by comparing both the tens. So let's look at some examples. Okay, so I've turned my camera a little bit different way because we're going to use our scales, but I'm going to start right here and we're going to look at an example of two numbers and decide which one is greater. Okay, so right now I have 42, and next to it I'm going to put 24. Okay, now when I look at those two pictures, those two models of numbers, I can easily see, that was tricky of my pencil. Okay, I can easily see that here I have 4 tens and 2 ones, and over here I have 2 tens and 4 ones. Okay, now looking at this, when I see I have 4 tens and here I only have 2 tens, we can quickly say, well, 4 is more than 2, so 40 will be more than 20. So this is the greater number. Now remember our little crocodile in the song? He wants to eat the greater number. And so he's going to open his mouth, ready to eat that bigger number. We would read this, 42 is greater than 24. Okay? But sometimes we have something happen like this. Okay? And here, when I look at my tens, I have 1, 2, 3 tens on this side. I have 1, 2, 3 tens on this side. So I can't tell for sure just looking at the tens which one is greater. Like the song says, I have to turn my focus to the ones. So I'm going to now look and see I have 4 ones and I have 2 ones. The tens were the same, but the ones are different. 4 and 2. Which one's greater? 4. Okay, so because the tens were the same, I had to find my answer by looking at the ones, but I'm able to see that 34 is greater than 32. Because even though the tens were the same, there were more ones on this side than on this side. Okay, let's look at how we can prove that this is true. So we're going to look at our scales. Hi. Okay, so we're going to look here at our scales. And remember, we haven't used these for a while, but remember that when it is balanced, those little triangles on the bottom line up and they're pointing right at each other. And when it is balanced like that, right now they both have 0 in it, we can see that that lines up and it means they are equal. Okay. but we're going to take those numbers we just had. Okay, so we had 34 in the first side, so I'm going to start by comparing my tens. I'm comparing 3 tens and 3 tens. Okay, when I compare the tens, I see that they are equal, they are balanced. That's a little bit weird sitting in there. Okay, you can see it's getting all lined up to balance. Those triangles are lined right up. So far, the numbers are equal. 30 equals 30. But then I take my ones. The first side, I had 4. There's 4. The second side, I had 2. Okay. Now I can see it's not balanced anymore. The triangles are not quite lined up. What I see instead is that this line is going a little bit down. So I'm going to imagine another line coming back up, and there's my crocodile mouth. Okay. If I switch them, so I'm going to take my 34, this was my 34, I'm going to put it on this side, and put my 32 on this side. Okay. Now the crocodile mouth is going that way. So I would read it as the first side, 32, is less than 34. And we'll talk more about less than tomorrow. Okay? But that is our balancing. Now, let's look down here again. Another thing that the crocodile said was, if they discover that both digits are alike, they shut their mouth, they can't decide, and become an equal sign. So let's see how that would work out. Okay, so let's go back again. We're going to start with, let me erase my sign. I have 3 tens on this side. I have 3 tens on this side. Right now, when I compare, is one greater? Is one less? Nope, they are equal. Okay. I start comparing both the tens, but if they are the same, I turn my focus to the ones. So let's turn our focus to the ones. On this side, I have 1, 2, 3 ones. On this side, I have 1, 2, 3 ones. I turn my focus to the ones, comparing once again. So I have 3 ones and 3 ones. Which one's greater? Neither. Okay, so our poor little crocodile gets all confused. If the numbers are the same, he gets confused and he just closes his mouth. He doesn't open up to eat either one. He keeps his mouth closed so that he's saying, nope, these are equal. You can imagine a little crocodile head right here. Okay. Okay, these are equal. We became an equal sign. So let's try a few out. Okay, I have a fun little friend here. I have a little crocodile friend. Here's my little crocodile friend. Okay, and we're going to give him some numbers to look at and see if which one he eats, and if it's the one that you think is greater. Okay, so I'm going to write some numbers down. Just moving my stuff out of the way. Okay, we're going to write some numbers down, and you are going to say which one you think is greater, and we'll see if you're right. Okay, because that's what he's going to eat. Are you ready? Okay, let's see. Let's get that all straight. I'll come up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I have the number 21 and I have the number 32. Okay, so think about the sun. He is a little crocodile. Remember, I am a little crocodile. I really like to eat. The greatest number that I find is my favorite treat. I start comparing both the tens. So I've got a 10 here, 2 tens, 3 tens. Are they the same? No. Which one's greater? 3 tens. So what is he going to eat? He's going to eat the 3 tens. And so the symbol would show his mouth open up to eat the 3 tenths. 21 is less than 32. Let's try another one. Okay, we're looking here. I start comparing both the tens. I have a 4, I have a 3. Are they the same? No, so I don't need to worry about the ones. So which way is the crocodile going to open his mouth? Is he going to open it for 42 or is he going to open it for 39? He's going to open it for 42. There we go. He's opening his mouth and we can see that line opening up his mouth. He's going to go eat his 42. And so if we were going to draw that, we would show the mouth open for 42. 42 is greater than 39. Okay, ready? I bet you know this one right away. What is it? Equals. Our alligator friend is just going to close, or our crocodile friend is just going to close his mouth. He can't pick between two beautiful numbers like that. Ah, they both look so delicious. How will he ever decide? Okay, let's try another one. I start comparing both the tens. What do we see? They're the same. So what does the song say? And if they are the same, I turn my focus to the ones, comparing once again. Okay, so this one, I have to look at the ones. This one, we're only going to get our answer if we look at the ones. So far, we've gotten our answer if we looked at the tens, or the tens gave us our answer. Okay, so here we had to look at the ones. Which one is he going to eat? 38 or 32? Which one is greater? Did you have him eating 38? If you did, you are correct. There is 38. That is the way the crocodile mouth is going to point to show that he is ready to eat the greater number. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, 73 and 68. Which is the greater number? Where do we look first? We look at the tens. We have 7 tens. Here we have 8 tens. Which one's greater? 7. Okay, so our little crocodile, he's going to go this way. He's going to go eat those 7 tens, which means his mouth is open this way. 73 is greater than 68. And this time, it was the tens that gave us the answer. Okay, so I hope you had fun meeting my little crocodile friend. And I think you guys are going to enjoy working on finding these greater numbers. Good luck!